Hello, Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, co-founder of Market Club, with your midday market update for Tuesday, the 5th of June. Forget about trying to catch a falling knife. What is the line of least resistance for all of these markets? And I have to say, it's down. Also, are you following our number one trading rule? And that is, don't fight the market, move with the market. We'll also be looking at two stocks today on the move that have given very important signals: DARDEN Gardens and AEROPOSTALE. Out of the 9 sectors we check every day, 6 of those sectors are in a slightly positive mode today, and 3 are down. Not a game changer, but certainly we've seen some of the downside pressure evaporate in these markets. But let's take a look at our first market, and that is going to be the S&P 500. And what we're looking at is a market that has all of the negatives that we look for to be short, and that is you've got the monthly, the weekly, and the daily, a 90 score, which is being down. You sort of rolled over here to the downside. You've got your Johnson trade channels moving down. These last couple of days, we just sort of no downward pressure. Do not try to pick a bottom in these markets. It's just like trying to catch a falling knife. You're going to cut yourself, and you're going to bleed, and you're probably going to lose money. What I could see happening here is something similar to what happened here, in that as we just sort of jog around, and then we go down again to our target zone, which is 1200. So our target zone on the S&P 500 is 1200. Let's see how that works out. So let's clear the screen, go to our next market, and we're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. It's kind of always fun to mix it up, but we're going to be looking at a stock that I believe, AEROPOSTALE, that just gave a signal today to be a seller of this stock, a short seller, or just exit any long positions. You can see I put some of the work on the screen already. It's minus 100. Here's the trade triangle that kicked in. Let me just take this off here. And you can see the trade triangle kicked in there today, 6.5. It's 17.67. It's 17.51 last. It is a little bit oversold, but however, this is an important signal and one that should not be ignored, particularly when you think it can potentially, if we go out a little bit further in this market, a couple of years, you can see we could go down to, I think, the 14.50 level on the downside. So it's about a $3 opportunity on the downside. Maybe a little more if things get excitable. But I want to show you how we found this stock, and that's the important thing to look at. So let's just go to our recent trade triangles. And I've already put this in to save time, but if you had put these features in, equity, search for equities, volume greater than 2,000. I'm going to mark this down here so you can see very clearly. So the first thing we want to choose is equities right here. Then I look for volume greater than 2 million shares a day. I don't want to look at very thinly traded stocks. I also look for monthly trade triangles, and I'm searching just for today. Then I just hit the scan button right here, and this is what happened. I've sorted this out so you can sort by last, which means it'll put the highest price up here, or it'll reverse it if you hit it again. You can see percentage change, or change, dollar change, percentage change, volume, the time it was detected. So here we are, let's say DARDEN Gardens. It's currently trading at 49.21. It's up a little. We had a sell signal, remember. The volume is 1.5 million. So looking for volume greater than 2 million. Normally that means on average over the period of course of some time. It was detected today, 6:05, and the price at 11.23. Okay, so at 11.23. And if you mouse over these markets, I'll have to go back to my cursor, but it'll tell you what the price was. So let me just clear the screen, and let's go to put my cursor on. If I mouse over these levels here, it'll tell me that's a red daily. So we want the monthly, so I go over the monthly right here. And the red monthly came at 48.49. It's currently trading at 49.21. So you can see this gives you a tremendous advantage over probably everybody else that's out there. These signals come in during the course of the day. So you can look at, I looked at this, you can see I looked at this probably around about 11 o'clock when things sort of settle down to get an idea where things are. And DARDEN Gardens came up, also AEROPOSTALE, but a couple of ones came up too, which really not interesting to me. One is the so low price, 49 cents, 9 cents, 20 cents. Some good volumes though, 4 million. It's just not my cup of tea. I like to trade fairly big markets that have liquidity, and that's the key thing. That's the key element. So let's go back to our charts, and here's AEROPOSTALE, and we're going to look at a year to date, and you can see there's the signal we talked about at 1760. Actually, we were talking about DARDEN, but we can go right to DARDEN, no problem. So here's DARDEN Gardens. And you can see here's the signal right here at 43.49, currently traded at 48.49. It's currently trading at 49.10, a little bit higher in the signal. Now, would I favor this DARDEN over AEROPOSTALE? No, I prefer AEROPOSTALE because I think I like the chart formation better, but there's still legitimate sell signals. So here's our buy signal. A monthly buy signal of 48.38, so it really hasn't gone anywhere. If you look at DARDEN, it's just sort of flattened out. It had a little spike, then came right back down. The fact that it's come down, it's taken out all of this work, to me is a little bit negative. But I would say I would prefer, probably on a trading standpoint, going with AEROPOSTALE because the chart looks a lot more negative to me on the downside. You can see a couple of things that I look for, but you've basically got a double top here. You got the V that we look for. You've broken through that level right here. So you can measure that down for sure from here to approximately here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you could be looking at 17 on the downside. But I think we're going to go to this 1461, which is a 61.8% fib retracement. So let's see how that plays out. But a minus 100, everything's negative. AEROPOSTALE looks like it's going to go down for me. So let's clear that screen up and go to our next market. And the next market we're going to, as I said, we changed this up a bit, so I'm going to have to go back to my portfolio. Easy to do. And you can look at the Dow. And even though these are slightly higher for the day, they're still negative. And looking at silver, which is something we look at every day, you can see this market really has flattened out. And it really is a bit of a concern because excuse me. The fact that it hasn't gone up, but you've sort of flattened out to the point where it's really, it's like there's the line in the sand right there, and that's around 29. And the line in the sand on the downside is 27. So you've sort of stuck in this range. You can see how it's jumping up. I think we'll see another move down, and certainly if we go below 28. So let's see how that plays out. Excuse me. Let's clear the screen again, go to our next market. That's gold. And the next market, it looks very interesting, gold, because we've had it's a very different pattern to silver in the sense that gold actually did move up, take out the resistance, a level around 1,600, and now it's sort of like tottering around these levels. Very, very interesting formation. Normally when you have a move like this and you have tight levels like this, it normally indicates that we're going to have another move up. Excuse me. But let's see how that plays out. A little bit overbought. All of our trade triangles, with the exception of the monthly, are beginning to turn green. The monthly is the only one that isn't green, but certainly you want to be, if you're an intermediate term trader, just trading on the dailies and the weeklies, which we have a strategy for that, of course, in our World Cup portfolio. You would want to be long this market at the moment. So let's go to our next market. And that's, well, DARDEN. We've looked at DARDEN. Let's look at copper. Copper, again, really didn't get the job done. Yesterday, it's coming back down. It's obviously going to park its way around here, much like we think the equities are for a while, but I think it's going to resume its downward trend. As you can see from this very simple chart, you've got the Donchian trade channels going lower, the midpoints going lower. You've got our other indicator here, which is the parabolic, PSAR, is negative. And I think we'll just chop around here, and I think eventually we'll have another leg down to the 310 area. That's the target zone we're looking for in this market. Minus 90 is not a good sign, so you've got all of our indicators negative, indicating further weakness. So let's clear the screen off again, go to our next market. And the next market we're going to be looking at is going to be the crude oil. Crude oil, it's kind of like it's had a huge move down. You can see from the 106 level all the way down to 82 with really very little on the upside. We just have a little 3-day rally here. I'm not enthusiastic about this market at the moment. We're still looking for a move down to lower levels. In fact, we're looking for, if I take this off the screen, we've got obviously our indicators here, negative, 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 and a minus 100, indicating a move down. Now we're looking at this market to go to the 80 level. That's going to be a big, big stop on this market psychologically. We're currently trading at 83.96. We've got great profits in our World Cup portfolio in this market. We're short from about 90, so it's, much higher levels rather, and it's doing very, very well. So the trend clearly is down, and I think that's the thing to remember. We're not trying to catch a falling knife here. A couple of points up here isn't going to make a big difference to this trend. We want to stay with that trend. Trade with the trend as it's your friend. That's what the expression comes from. So let's clear the screen and go to our next market. And the next market we're looking at is the euro dollar. That had a big move up yesterday. It's given most of it back today. Not too exciting on that front. Look, nothing's good, and this is not going to be good for the euro. You can see basically you've got this situation where this formation here is not necessarily a bullish formation. It's usually like a flag formation. Usually it's resolved to the downside. I think we've just gotten to an overbought condition. You've got the PSAR right on the money there, so I think it's you've got your Donchian trade channels coming down. There's not a lot to get excited about in this market. Plus, you've broken through this very, very key area right here. I'm just going to draw this freehand, but that was a very key area. And you've got a lot of work above this market. So if you just clear this off and we go back and sort of step back out, so to speak, and take a look to see where this market's come from, you can see it's really, if it has a similar move, in terms of just the swing from the highs we see right here to the lows here, then we're going to see something quite a bit lower in this market. So, hey, let's go to our next market. There's lots going on today. And, well, actually, there really isn't, but there will be later this week. I'm convinced of it. I think these markets are going to have some big moves. So let's take a quick look at our next market. That's going to be probably the Reuters-Jefferies CRB index, which has just been in a free fall. Of course, that's good for inflation. It's more a deflationary type move. And you can see if we just take I'm just going to simple line chart. I'm going to take everything off, all of our studies, which are all negative right now on this market. And we're just going to go to a simple line chart, take this off, this off. Let's scope it out a little further. And you can see that we've had a signal here at 305. It's currently trading at 270. And there's no reason why we can't see this market go down to the 250 area, which is right around here, which is similar to this low right here. This is going to reflect the lower prices of gasoline and also in some of the other agricultural commodities. But generally speaking, the trends are very clearly set. The action we're seeing today is not a change of heart, a change of direction, but it's something you should be looking at. But the other thing you may want to take a look at also is our personal one-on-one Market Club coaching. Find out if it's right for you. The call is free. The consultation is free. You have nothing to lose. Give us a call today, 877-219-1482, and see how you can improve your trading quite easily with the one-on-one Market Club coaching. Hey, this is Adam Hewison for Market Club. I'll be back tomorrow. Look forward to it, and have a great day trading.